it's Christian from Poppy Avenue Clean Beauty Bar, and I get the honor to co-own this with my mom. And we are officially starting a Poppy Clean Beauty Bar YouTube channel to make just to make our content higher quality, so that you guys get to see firsthand how the colors look, how they apply. And we're really excited to be using our camera to create this more of a content and community for us. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's look. I'm going to be doing a bright eyes, bold lips, bronze skin makeup application. We actually did this for our makeup marathon recently at the store, and if you were unable to come in and get a makeup application, I wanted to create this fun video to show you guys how to take a fun, clean beauty look and make it with a little bit of a pop. So we're going to be doing an ombre Clove Hallow lip, and I can't wait to show you guys how it looks. So here, stay tuned for all the tutorial and details below. So I'm gonna start off with today's look featuring my favorite clean beauty summer foundation routine. So I'm going to be using the Kosas Tinted Facial Oil, and I'm actually also going to be using a combination of the Desert Moon Illuminating Drops from Athr Beauty. So these drops are absolutely amazing. If you are a dewy skin cocktail kind of girl, you definitely need to look into purchasing this product, because it also features ethically sourced diamond powder. So every day when you put your makeup on, you could put diamonds on your face. So what girl wouldn't want to do that? So I'm going to show you how we're going to create a dewy foundation look that's going to give you a really beautiful, radiant, lit from within glow. So I'm going to start off with my plate that I have here. This is just a tin, and I'm going to do about 4 drops of the Kosas Tinted Facial Oil so that I get, well, that's a little bit more. But we'll rub some on the neck as well. And then I'm going to do about a half a dropper, so about this much of the Desert Moon Illumination oil, because we are going to be using some other shimmerier products in the look as well. I'm going to take my favorite foundation brush. This is a kabuki brush from Luxie Beauty, and I'm just going to start by pressing this into my skin to get the product distributed on my face using stippling-like motions. And then once I have the foundation distributed, I'm going to start using these circular-like motions to get the foundation blended in very flawlessly. So I don't know if you can tell, but even just by swooshing this on your skin, what a radiant glow this gives you. Those Desert Illumination drops really are going to give you that really beautiful, just very luminous glow, which I feel like is so pretty for summer. So I'm going to get this all blended in. So now that the foundation is all completely blended in, I'm going to next be using the Kosas Creamy Revealer Concealer, and my shade is 0.05 Neutral. I am the fairest shade of them all in the Kosas line, and I love that they came out with the recent shade expansions, because used to the concealers didn't quite fit my skin tone, because I am pretty on the paler side of things. And so now that they have the 0.05, I've been able to wear this concealer, and especially actually have a concealer shade that highlights. So I'm going to start by pressing this right underneath my under eye, just to give myself a really bright complexion. And then I'm also pressing it on any places where I need some more coverage or spot treatment. I love that this concealer not only does cover very well, but it's also filled with really good skin-loving ingredients. It's got hyaluronic acid, peptides in there. It's also got arnica extract, which also helps with puffiness and inflammation of the skin. A lot of our customers who actually purchase this concealer say that their skin actually looks better, especially if you're somebody who struggles with blemishes or you're blemish prone. This concealer is formulated with so many nourishing ingredients, so I definitely feel like Kosas does have that going for them, where a lot of their products are filled with so many good skincare ingredients. So you're really getting the best of both worlds of a product that is not only flawless on your skin, but also doing something good for it too. So right now I'm really happy with the coverage of how this looks. So I'm going to seal this in and just tap a little bit of the Kosas Cloud Powder. And I am in the shade Airy, which is the lightest shade in the line. And I'm just going to be using a fluffier brush to grab some of the product. You can probably see in that the texture of this powder. It's so light and fluffy, and it's not gonna add really any coverage to the skin, but it's just going to help those Kosas products set throughout the day so they're not moving too much. I also feel like this powder does a really good job if you're somebody who wants to have a more pore minimized look. If you take this on a brush that's probably a little bit more concise, just like this one, and you really press this in underneath your under eye, if you have a spot where you want it to look a little bit more, like I said, pore minimized, or you really need to set throughout the day, you could take a more condensed brush and really focus on those areas. So that completes our summer foundation routine. So now that we have the foundation routine done, I'm gonna move into some of my favorite cheek products for summer. That's gonna be really neutral to complement the bolder lip that we're doing. So I'm actually gonna be using the Kosas, this is the Baked Bronzer, and this is actually in the shade medium because I wanted a little bit more of an intense bronze look, but typically on day-to-day I would pick the shade light. That's the shade that I typically own. But so I'm just going to take a little bit of my angled kabuki brush, and I'm gonna press this product starting from the tops of my ears, and I'm gonna go about 3/4 the way down on my cheek. And I'm also gonna press this bronzer. I usually like to lift my hairline and apply it right along the hairline. And then additionally, another place that I like to put bronzer is right here on the chiseled part of my jawline. And then also make sure that if you're gonna really do a more intense bronze look, to make sure that you also bronze up your neck. So I usually just like to bring a little bit of bronzer right here down on both of the sides of my neck. And if you're new to bronzer, a great way to remember it is to kind of blend out in a 3-word shape on across your face. I feel like that's the easiest way. If you're like, where do I put bronzer? You kind of want to etch out a 3 right along the sides of your face. And that's just a good like general guideline to follow. All right, so now that we're all bronzed up, we're going to add a pop of blush. So I'm going to be going in with the Elate shade Ingenue, and I'm going to be using a blush brush just to add a little bit of a pop to my cheek area. And I'm going to keep the blush a little high. So this is actually just going to help add a little bit of color to the cheek area. And actually, once you see the lip we're selecting, the pinks match the lip color. But applying your blush a little bit on the higher side of your cheeks is actually just gonna help lift up your face a little bit instead of applying it in the center. Plus, we don't want our blush to be the main show of this look. So this is just gonna add a little bit of color but not take away from the lips and the eyes that we're gonna be doing. And so the next product that I'm going to apply to the cheeks, and we're actually going to be using for the eyes as well, is the Kypris Illuminating Shimmer Eye and Body Palette. So I'm going to be using the shade Diamond Fire, which is this really beautiful white shade. And I'm going to apply it right here at the center, right almost below my eye. And then once I've got this little bit of a pop, I'm going to then also go in with the shade Sun Glitter, which is the pink shade, and I'm gonna apply it right over the top of where I have that blush laid, just to kind of almost like marry the bronzer, the blush, and the highlighter all together for the face. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm also going to take the Diamond Fire and apply a little bit down the center of my nose. I'm gonna make sure I pop right here, since we're doing a bold lip, right here on my upper lip, and then right here on my chin, and then just a little bit across the forehead. So now that we have a really dimensional highlighted face. Before we get started with any shadows, I'm actually going to use the Kypris Illuminating Eye Primer and Eye Serum. So before we started this video, I actually already used this product right underneath my eyes when I was prepping my skincare before we did the makeup, but I'm going to apply just a little bit of this right on my ring fingers. And when you're doing your look, you can definitely go ahead and before you get started, apply a good eye primer underneath and over. But since I didn't prep my lids, I'm going to use this as my eye primer. And I don't know if you can tell, but this does have eye brightening properties. So it automatically, even when you put this eye primer on, it has so many different skincare benefits, but it really does brighten up your eye area. First thing I'm gonna do before we use any of the Kypris colors on the eye is I'm going to go in and just give myself a wash of color, and I'm going to use the Elate Earthen shade, and on a fluffy eye blending brush, I'm going to take the product, and I'm just gonna start by swooping this into my crease. We're gonna be doing a really, really simplistic eye for a very bright eye, but we're not gonna add a lot of makeup because we want the focus to be our bold lips. So I'm just going to take and really focus on blending this brown into the eyes. Press a little bit of this just right on the lid, just to prep my eyes before we add the shimmer. Like I said, I think summer is all about minimalism, and this is just going to be a look that can make you feel really glam, but also just really minimalistic and intentional with the colors and products that we're using. Now that we have that blended out, I'm just going to take a smaller, finer brush and use the same shade to smoke out just a little bit of this lower lash line, just to give my eyes a little bit of a pop. So now we're going in with the fun part. I'm gonna go in with the Kypris Illuminating Eye Palette, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Diamond Fire, and on my ring finger, I'm going to swoop a little bit of the product on. And this process that I'm taking you through is a way to almost give yourself like a wash of glitter, where it almost gives you those glossy lid looks, but without being a glossy lid. So right now, really trending is the glossy eyelids, and they're really pretty, but also it's not really wearable. So this is a way that you can almost give yourself that look, but not have sticky eyelids. So how I'm gonna do it is I'm going to take a little bit of the product, and I've trailed it on an upward, going upward across the center of my eye. And then once I have the product here, I'm gonna swoop a little bit of it into the brow bone. So once I have that done, then I'm going to wipe my fingertip off, and then I'm just going to lightly swoop the glitter. It's not really glitter, but the shimmerier shadows away. So as you can tell, it's just going to catch the light ever so slightly. And I'm gonna do the same thing and maybe just apply a little bit more. going to do the same thing to the other side. Just to give yourself a little bit more of a pop, I'm going to take the Clove Hallow Makeup Lock and Rock Spray, and I'm going to spray an angled fluffy brush just to intensify the Kypris shadow shade. So I'm going in with the same Diamond Fire shade, and I'm going to just add a little bit right here. Once I've added a little bit to the inner corner, I'm going to take the product and drag the shimmer right across my eyelid to really just open up and highlight this area. Really, we're trying to give ourselves a very lit from within glow that also almost is going to make you look like you have that like Instagram eye filter just right along your eyes. That's really just making your eyes look really bright and illuminated, no matter which way you're turning your face. So that's really the whole purpose of highlighting. So if you're like, why should I highlight? It's just to help your skin have that glow, no matter if you're turning this way or this way, your face is catching the light for you. So that's why I'm honestly a true fan of highlighted makeup looks. Now I'm going to take the Elate liner, and this is in the black pencil shade. And I'm actually not going to be doing a heavy line because, like I said, I really want my eyes to look just like really big and bright, not a lot of product. And so I'm going to actually almost lift my eye very so slightly and apply the liner to the inner part of the lash line. So this is just going to create an inward depth of my lashes, but not add too much. Okay, so I'm going to be using my favorite Clean Beauty eyeliner that I have literally found. So if you're a liquid liner fan, definitely make sure to check out this liquid liner. I think it's honestly the best liquid liner on the market that doesn't crumble, it doesn't move all over your face, it doesn't, if I do a wing liner, I feel like for the majority of the day, it is on my eyes. And I have even like used a lot of Clean Beauty liquid liners that were more expensive than this and that literally were all over my face. So I'm just saying, this is honestly a game-changing product. So if you're a natural girl, you don't have to do this step because we've lined the upper parts of our lashes, and it's just gonna give you that slight definition. But if you're like me and you're like, let's go one step extra, I'm just going to actually be applying a thin line of liquid liner because again, I almost just wanna give myself a natural makeup look. So I'm gonna take this on actually a little bit of a liner brush, and I'm gonna bring a mirror in so I can actually see what I'm doing. But I'm just going to ever so gently give myself the finest line possible. Next, I'm gonna actually be applying the Battington 25 Use False Lashes. Again, if you were somebody who you're not going to be going out for the evening, you could just apply a couple really good coats of mascara. But I am going to apply a little bit of the glue right along the lash band. And this glue is great even if you have sensitive eyes and you have not been able to wear a lash line before, or a false lash before, because this glue is only formulated with 4 ingredients. So I'm gonna take both of the lashes out and then pop the glue on so that it can dry. And I'm just gonna leave it on to dry for about a minute till the glue gets tacky. So while the glue is drying, I'm just gonna put a couple coats of mascara on just to have a little bit of something on my lashes. And this is the Kosas Big Lash Mascara. So now that the glue is a little bit tacky on the lashes and you can see that it's kind of drying, I'm just going to pop these right on. This is the final part to the makeup look. I'm going to be doing an ombre lip look. So I'm gonna start out with the Clove Hallow, and this is in the shade Road Trip. To give myself that ombre look, I'm going to be going over this on the corners of my lips with the shade Fiesta. All right, guys, this is the completed look, a summery, really beautiful, I'm gonna take my clips out, a just like really gorgeous, very fun, bold, clean beauty makeup look. We've got bright eyes, bronzed skin, and a very fun ombre pink and red lips. So if you're like, how would I wear this look? You could definitely just style this with like your basic summer black or white tank. I have on a terracotta orange one, and I think it just makes the look pop. You could also do yellow with this lip color. That would go really well. But I hope you guys learned a thing or two. You can shop all of these products in our Clean Beauty store, in-store and online with us. If you do make a purchase and you're online, please let us know if you watch this video. It's always so good connecting with our Poppy family. Make sure to leave a comment below what look you would like to see filmed next. And we can't wait to film more videos and more high quality videos featuring clean beauty to show you just how fun it is to use clean beauty and products that are good for you, and have fun along the way. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and we'll see you guys in our next video.